Hello and welcome to another brief game introduction video where today I'm going to be answering the question, what is Stellaris? So Stellaris is a real-time grand strategy game, grand strategy meaning that it's focused more on a nation level strategy rather than moving tiny little people in a battle, and real-time meaning that we'll be asking each other to pause the game when things get a bit too crazy. Stellaris is set in space in the not too distant future, and players are able to make your own species and civilization from scratch. So you can be humanoids, machines, mammals, you can be rock people, funguses. There's a huge range of options, and with these civilizations you can set their aesthetics, you can set their government ethics. Are they more militarist, pacifist? Are they more spiritualist or materialist? Or are they a complete hive mind, either machine race or a biological hive mind? Are they a megacorp or imperial democrats or whatever? There's so much to choose from. You can choose their origins as well. There's a huge range of those to choose from, whether you've got trees of life on each of your planets or protected by a huge dragon, or whether your entire planet's about to explode. There's a big range of things to choose from, and it's always interesting in multiplayer games to see what other people have come up with. Once you've set up your species, you'll be zipping away to explore the stars. The galaxy can be a big place, and while you're exploring you can come across a huge range of anomaly events and archaeological sites to explore. As well as exploring and expanding into new systems, you'll be managing a few different resources: energy credits, minerals, food, consumer goods, alloys, a couple of intangible ones like influence, unity and research, and some extra special resources. You can get more of these by building mining stations in different sites, or through buildings and districts on your planets. So there's quite a bit of management, especially when you've got quite a few planets to look after. Each of these planets can also have special features and will allow different amounts of certain types of districts. You might get some planets better for food or energy production, and you can specialize these planets as well. You also have research to manage. You'll see here as well as different scientists you've got. You'll be managing all of your leaders, your fleets might have admirals as you get on into the game. You can also have generals and councillors for different sectors once you've got more planets, and your main leader themselves will also get traits and develop and improve as they go along, although your leaders will die of old age and will need replacing. Some resource pathways can be a bit complicated. Minerals, which can actually just be directly eaten if you're a lithoid population of rock eaters, or they can be converted into consumer goods or alloys. Consumer goods are used in different amounts by your population depending on their social standing. Alloys mainly used by your military and for building, so minerals can be converted into either of those or spent directly, or converted into special resources through industrial procedures. Once you've got more planets and buildings, there's quite a few jobs going on. It can be complicated. You can manage these jobs by prioritizing different ones if you have to. Besides managing your resources, your colonies and exploration, there's also diplomacy in the game. There's a range of different agreements you can have with each civilization, from research agreements to non-aggression pacts and federations and commercial pacts and so on. There's a whole range of those. You can make alliances. There's also trade. You can manage trade with different civilizations, with the galactic market as a whole, or depending on your civilization, perhaps trade routes within your nation's borders. There's also politics in the game, whether you're dealing with the resolutions of the galactic community, or perhaps, depending on your government, different factions and elections within your own civilization. And there's so much stuff I haven't gone into, like mega structures or enclaves for artists and curators, the whole spying thing, and war when diplomacy doesn't work out, which can have worse consequences than a pretty light show. There's a huge amount of depth, and there's always new stuff coming up anyway. Stellaris has a regular update cycle. New features can be added to the game. They can completely overhaul old ones. There's a lot to keep up with, but feel free to ask any questions in the YouTube comments or on my Twitch. Oh, and one thing I haven't mentioned is the endgame. After a few hundred years, some kind of massive crisis that we might have to deal with as a group, or maybe someone individually. You might get caught up fighting each other, too much to deal with it. You can have a massive AI rebellion or invaders from another dimension. Several possibilities, but usually something will happen. Cool, that's all for now. I'm hosting a community game of Stellaris at the moment. You can find updates on how that's going on my Twitter. You can watch it on my Twitch, or I'll be putting the videos up on YouTube eventually, so check out the links in the description below, or just come back sometime in the future. Yeah, thanks for watching, I hope that helped, and yeah, feel free to ask any questions in the comments below or in my Twitch chat. Cool, thanks.